1,000 subscribers friends. Because of you guys, I'm on my way to my dream. So welcome back. This is Jessie, and today you get this special edition. And I'm not gonna say good one Jessie, but good one my friends. 2 months ago, when I was unsure about whether I should do this, I noticed one friend called Wencesless. It should be pronounced different, but anyway, he followed me, and then 2 and 3 and 4, and then someone started to send me some long paragraphs to ask me about my opinion about some TWS or share their experience. I know that means they trust me, so your feedbacks really means a lot to me, to make me feel so meaningful with what I'm doing. Just like what I said in my first video, there are too much advertisement and we do need something real. And about my dream, I think it may make you laugh. I also want to do something like Chronicle or else to make a cool branded earbuds, to make something for myself. So my flag is to be a million fans YouTuber. So for today's special edition, I'd like to share a hi-fi brand I like very much. I believe my OG fans must know that, right? That's Rosalsa. And I'd like to share about how it grows to a brand like this step by step. With only several years, it goes from a tiny house to a full building, and from a brand that makes earbuds just by their hand to now they have the very famous and popular musician. Actually, they didn't start from a high place, or I'd like to say a pretty low place. It's like, well, if they can do it, why can't I? So the first time I got my Rosalsa was in 2016. When I was still in high school. That's definitely a hi-fi time, and Rosalsa is just a DIY brand. They both just started by fixing earbuds in their college. And I'm not exaggerating or something. He is probably the boss, the customer service, the engineer, the producer, and even the community manager. He did all the things on his own. I still remember he dropped some just ridiculous meme emoji. And my first Rosalsa was the BR5. Back then, it was a bit of a legend in the Chinese forums. They just called it a God-tier IEM. It's very expensive for like 2,000 yuan that time, like 350 bucks. Basically all of my whole year saving that year. And it had 5 BA, a full transparent shell, and a sound that really suits J-pop. Although I sold it years ago, I can still remember how it sounds. And it even won the VGP award. And that thing got me through the whole high school. And I remember that the boss once said that he just tuned it at the midnight, and for months. Maybe it was bragging, or maybe he really was a midnight guy, but that kind of passion really drives to make his loved sound. So among all the IEMs, there is one that I just can't get out of my head. It's not the very expensive Mojito. I think this one is just hyped to an insane price. And actually I like the Marsha. That whole product line was themed around wines. There was the Martini, the Maria, but Marsha was always my favorite. I'll never forget a summer day back in 2019. I was in my school library, and a very rich classmate of mine used a tens of thousands Lotto player to drive the Marsha. And the moment I heard it, it was completely changed. The sound was so beautiful, and I suddenly realized great sound has nothing to do with price. Unfortunately, Marsha's been cancelled for years now, and I can't even find it in some second-hand anymore. And then came 2020. It's the real turning point. The hi-fi market in China started to cool off. Apple canceled the earbuds hole and everything slowed down. The boss said in the community that he was taking all of his savings and heading to Guangdong to do something else. And Guangdong in China is like New York in America. It's full of opportunity, and that's how the Ear Free Eye comes out. And honestly, look it now, it has a lot of flaws, or it basically didn't have any strengths. The only thing that stood out was its sound quality. For that time, it was decent. After all, the other didn't pay too much attention on sound quality, and then came the ceramics and Ear Free i3. But for me, the i3 is a product I still feel very sad. It sounds incredible and had a premium materials for its price, but the electrical background hiss caused too many returns, and then it ended up and had a much shorter life than the ceramics. And the ceramic itself had amazing sound quality, even only with the AAC, and no ANC, no high-res codec support, just pure tuning. And even though it's not so perfect, I also bought one, and they sell so hot across those generations. After that, it's the more familiar time. They max out the sound quality stats and get the Ear Free i5 and balancing both sound and ANC and get the ceramic 6. That's why it's copied by Final, and then the Open Free. When everyone else was copying Huawei's free clip, Roselsa said, nope, we are not doing that. And now we can see Roselsa's catchy ads all over the elevator and subways in major Chinese cities. And believe it or not, according to the boss himself, every product currently on sale was tuned by himself. And I actually don't really buy it, but except just chatting in the community, he never really used that as a marketing sell point. Maybe, just maybe it's true, and if it is, I think it's just why their products are so constant in the sound quality, and why, just after all these years, just so stubborn with getting the tuning right. So, alright, that's all for today's special one, and this is my first try like this, and I make it a little bit maybe messy. And next up, while I dive into the more detailed single product reviews, I will work on the Huawei Free Clip 2, and so make sure to hit that bell and so you don't miss it. See you in the next video. Good one, my friends.